Hey everyone! It's time for another episode of Reading Clippers. I'm Maya, and on this episode we have Mr. Binfield's 4th graders back again. This time they are sharing their favorite chapter books. Let's check them out!
Hi, my name is Alana. The book I read is just Grace and the Snack Attack. This book is about a girl named Grace who is best friends with her friend Mimi. Here are some of the characters in this book. Owen is very bad, Sunny is the teacher's favorite student, and Mimi is Grace's best friend who lives right next door. One day, Owen started to make fun of Sunny. Sunny didn't care because she thought she was perfect. Anyways, Grace had an aunt named Augustine Dupre who she was not allowed to visit. Augustine Dupre lived right upstairs from her. Sometimes she always wanted to visit her, but she was not allowed to. One night, Grace was really bored and had nothing to do. She grabbed a bag of chips and she went by her window to see if Mimi was awake. All she saw was a small light. She just expected that Mimi was doing some crafts. Grace was so bored that she decided she was going to visit her aunt, Augustine Dupre. Augustine had a gift for Grace. Grace really wanted to see what was in it. Finish reading this story to see what Grace's gift was.
Hello, my name is Michael Milligan, and I have a very good book for you. This book is called Diary of the Wimpy Kid, The Ugly Truth. I like this book because it was cool, funny, and tells you what a middle child is like. This book is funny because Greg is a little kid that has an older brother and a little brother. His older brother is mean and funny, and his little brother is named Manny, and he is mean, but he messes things up, and he's funny. This book is cool because it tells you what a middle child is like. If you are a middle child, it might be rough, but it can be really fun. You can go on adventures, have fun, and learn. This book tells you what a middle child is because Greg is a middle child and he has 2 other brothers. I like this book. It was fun because it has mysteries and it's cool. Greg is a kid that has a friend named Rowley, and they have friendship. But now it's breaking apart. What do you think happens next?
Greek mythology isn't real, but that doesn't mean you can make stories out of them. Hi, my name is Miles Lowe, and I just read the 3rd book of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I like this book because it isn't only interesting, but it also teaches me Greek mythology. So here's what happened. Percy was at Camp Half-Blood. As usual, something happens at school, so he has to go to Camp Half-Blood. And at Camp Half-Blood, his friend Annabeth was missing. And the goddess of hunting was actually gone. And guess what happened? Her hunters were upset and were near Camp Half-Blood because, well, that's what kind of happened. This is how Percy got to Camp Half-Blood. As usual, something happens. Well, he was out on a normal day of school, outside, when monsters were coming and attacking him. He was trying to fight back, but then the hunters came and shot the monster. I mean, it's still alive. It actually respawns, but yeah. So then he went to Camp Half-Blood. That's when his friend Annabeth was missing. Anyway, they went on a quest. Well, Percy wasn't included. That's what William said to him. So they went on a quest. There was supposed to be 5 demigods, but there was only 4. One, well, because she was sick that day. So yeah, but Percy actually did something. He went too. They just didn't recognize him. So then he went to the mall well, guess what? That group was there. Anyway, they were attacked by monsters, but then Percy came along. And well, they were surprised at first, but then they didn't want him in the group. But later, they accepted him. Find out what happens at your local library when Percy joins the group to find Annabeth and the goddess of hunting.
If you are looking for a fun, whimsical, clever book to read, The Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library is the novel you should read. Hi, my name is Nathan, and I recently read a book called The Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library, written by Chris Grabenstein, and the illustrator is Gilbert Ford. The story started out when a dozen of 12-year-old essay contest winners who got to see the newly built library in Alexandriaville, donated by the billionaire game maker Luigi Lemoncello. The main character of the story is Kyle Keeley. Kyle and his friends got locked in the library overnight, solving puzzles, answering trivia and riddles from the great popular classic books and authors, requiring their knowledge of the library and the Dewey Decimal System. Not only did the library have books, but also an IMAX theater, electronic learning centers, electronic dioramas, holograms, and an electromagnetic hover ladder that floats them up to the books they want. The main goal was to find the hidden exit in the library, and whoever's team wins gets to see the newly built gets to be the spokesman of the Lemoncello brand. Are you intrigued to find out who won? Do you think all the contestants played fairly? For me, this story is fun and fast-paced read. I personally like it and give it 10 stars because of the humor and suspense and the game itself that the characters had to go through. I highly suggest reading this book if you like solving trivia, puzzles, and riddles. I hope you like my presentation, and thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Natalie Brown. Today I'm talking to you about a book called Unusual Chickens for the Exceptional Poultry Farmer. In this book, there's a girl named Sophie who had to move from LA to a farm who belonged to her great uncle Jim because her dad lost his job. On this farm, she wants to have some chickens, so she contacts some chicken catalog people about getting some, but they never respond. So she keeps on contacting them, but it's just not going to happen. Until one day, she goes outside and finds a chicken on her farmland. So she contacts the people again, asking if it was theirs. Finally, she gets a response saying, "Don't let anyone take the chicken." A few days pass and she decides to name the chicken Henrietta. She feeds the chicken food and water and all the other stuff chickens need. Until one day, a girl came saying that she lost her chicken. She asked if she could take a look around. She gets to the old chicken coop and she starts to pick the lock. Sophie sees her doing it and she takes her whistle and blows it as loud as she could. Her parents came running down, calling the police and asking her what happened. She started telling her parents about Henrietta and the chickens and what that girl was doing. I like this book because it was very creative and I've never heard a book like it. If you want to find out if Sophie got in trouble for telling the truth or her parents were happy about it, read this book to find out.
Hi, my name is Jeremy. The book I read was Dark Day in the Deep Sea. There is a character named Jack. Jack felt raindrops. He looked up, he saw a storm cloud. Jack and Annie went back home on their bikes from the library. As they pedaled faster, they saw a huge bird fly over them. Jack said it is a seagull. Annie said it is a sign. Jack said Annie is right. The last time they saw a seagull, the treehouse was waiting for them. When they got to the woods, they found the treehouse. They said it must be time to find another secret of happiness for Merlin. Jack and Annie saw two older kids look down from the treehouse. They were Teddy and Kathleen. Jack was holding a book. The front cover was the ocean. He closed his eyes. He said, "I wish to go there." He opened them. He was there. Jack and Annie hurried down the sand. The treehouse landed in a tall tree with spikes. Jack smelled seaweed and salt water. They hurried down the sand dune toward the ocean. Check out this book to find out what happens next. And I like this book because it is an adventure.
Hello, my name is Michaela, and the book I will be reporting about today is Lost in the Sun by Lisa Graff. This book is about a young boy named Trent, and Trent is in middle school. Trent asked all the 7th graders if middle school is good, and all of them say no. None of the 7th graders like the middle school teachers because they are so mean. Anyways, since Trent has heard all those awful things about 6th grade, he doesn't really want to go, but he still knows that 6th grade won't be as bad as when he accidentally hit Jared Richards in the chest with a hockey puck. And who knew that somebody could have a heart attack just by getting hit with a small puck? So since no one really knew him in middle school because all of his friends have moved, he wanted to restart. And since no one knew him, he saw this one girl that didn't know him at all with a mysterious scar on her face. He wanted to know her name and her story, but when he asked her a question, she just was like a Wolverine or something and just scratched him. So he went home with a scratch on his face. And if you want to hear the rest of this story on how he got scratched in the face and why he got scratched in the face, read this book. It's a mystery that I'm not going to tell you.
Hi, my name is Lucia News. I read Berenstain Bear and Missing Watermelon Money. The characters are Brother Bear, Sister Bear, Papa Bear, Farmer Ben, Mrs. Ben, and Buckeye. This story is about a bad guy who takes away watermelon money. And Farmer Ben and Papa Bear catch the bad guy, and the bad guy gives the money back to Miss Ben. Be sure to check out Berenstain Bear and Missing Watermelon Money from Miss G.
Hi, my name is Haven. The book that we're going to be talking about today is called The League of Beastly Dreadfuls by Holly Grant. This book is about a young girl named Anastasia who is forced to live with her 2 aunts after her parents passed away. Her 2 aunts take her to this big house that used to be an asylum for the criminally insane. In the asylum, Anastasia is treated horribly in the asylum. She is fed little to no food and starts eating moths to fill her stomach. And later on in this book, she finds these 2 boys named Quentin and Ollie, who is also held hostage too. Later on they make this escape plan, but not until something horrible and shocking happened to her 2 aunts in the asylum. If you want to know the shocking and horrible ending, check this book out from Miss G.
Hi, my name is Braylon, and I have a question for you. How do you feel about having a big brother or sister telling you what to do? Well, Gregory Heffley feels like being the only child because all his big brother does is tell him what to do or boss him around. I like this book because it's true. Check this book out at the library if you want to find out what happens next.
Hello, my name is Dominic. I recently read a book called Diary of the Wimpy Kid. I like this book because it is hilarious. It tells about the experiences of a kid trying to survive school and his crazy family. Greg has 2 brothers, Roger and Manny, and a weird mom and dad. Greg is in 6th grade and trying to be one of the cool kids at school, but it's hard partly because of his dorky best friend Riley. Riley always says the wrong things in front of the cool kids at school, and Greg gets very embarrassed. One time, Roderick made Manny take a magazine about girls on motorcycles to show and tell at his preschool. The teacher called his mom. To find out what happened, check this book out at your local library.
Hi, my name is Ariana, and the book I'm reading today is Miss Daisy is Crazy. It's AJ's first day of second grade with his friends. AJ's teacher is Miss Daisy. She doesn't know how to read, write, subtract, or add. So one day at recess, AJ and his friends decided they wanted to buy the school. So after recess, they went to Mr. Klutz, their principal, and asked if they could buy the school. But Mr. Klutz said no. But he said he could rent the school for one day. I liked this book because Miss Daisy sounds really crazy in her class too, and it sounds like I wanted to be in this class. Go check this book out in Miss G's library to find out what happens next.
Hello, my name is Michael Milligan, and I have a very good book for you. This book is called Diary of the Wimpy Kid, The Ugly Truth. I like this book because it was cool, funny, and tells you what a middle child is like. This book is funny because Greg is a little kid that has an older brother and a little brother. His older brother is mean and funny, and his little brother is named Manny, and he is mean, but he messes things up, and he's funny. This book is cool because it tells you what a middle child is like. If you are a middle child, it might be rough, but it can be really fun. You could go on adventures, have fun, and learn. This book tells you what a middle child is because Greg is a middle child and he has two other brothers. I like this book. Well, it was fun because it has mysteries and it's cool. Greg is a kid that has a friend named Rowley, and they have friendship. But now it's breaking apart. What do you think happens next?
Hello, my name is Issa. The book I read was Ella Enchanted. Ella is under an obedience spell. She is forced to do anything anyone ever tells her to do. Her mother died one day and she was very sick. And that same day, her father introduced her to Dane Olga, her new mother, her stepmother, and her two daughters, Hattie and Olive. Hattie gave Ella a lot of orders, noticing that Ella followed every one. Ella did not like Hattie nor Olive, but Olive was nicer than Hattie. Ella was then sent to finishing school because her dad thought that she was just crazy and just did everything that she was told and that she needed to be taught some manners because her father knew nothing of the spell. So he sent her to finishing school. Ella, one night, escaped from finishing school because she wanted to prevent doing something terrible to her best friend, Arita. And to find out how she escaped and what she was preventing to do to her friend, check this book out at your library.
Hi, my name is Emma. Today I will be talking about saving the ghost of the mountain. Doesn't that sound mysterious? Saving the ghost, I like this book because it talks about snow leopards, and thanks to this book, I wouldn't even know about them. Saving the ghost of the mountain is an expedition among snow leopards, and why it's called the ghost of the mountain is because they're so hard to see, so difficult to find, and nearly impossible to study. But not for this man. He caught a snow leopard and named him Blue. Snow leopards live in mountains like China or India and much more. And if you like animals or like researching or books, I think you should check this out at your library. Bye!
Those were some great books, and those backgrounds they drew were awesome too. Thanks, fourth graders. This is Maya Olalia. Thanks for watching Reading Clippers. Have a kinderfic day!